Start us
Hello.
off here.
What do I have to start?
Courts Crush. You start the pod,
You
bro.
broke rule 1 right out the gate.
Hello, my name is Joe O'Connor. Ready to do this podcast.
I think I'm still just considered Courts Crush. I don't think I have a name yet.
No. I'm not going to call you Courts Crush. I'm just going to call it, I don't know what I'm going to say.
Guy.
This guy
You just
sitting
go,
next
this guy?
to me. Yeah, the guy next to me right now.
Or just you. Like, what's going on with you? What are you doing?
What's up with this guy?
Welcome to You Can Do Both podcasts. This is Courts Crush.
This is Joe.
And welcome to the Freaky Friday edition.
Jumping right into it.
I guess so. I don't think we have much of a choice, for being honest.
No, we were kind of forced into this whole situation, but it's okay. We're gonna do well. It's gonna be a fun little episode for you guys.
Yeah, of course. That's what happens when a court decides to just run away and gallivant around the world as usual.
I believe I was gonna say that's pretty on par for court.
She's literally never here.
Yeah.
It's mind-blowing. Like, I don't get it.
It's an exciting life.
But then again, any chance to get to Hawaii, and I'm going, that's
Absolutely,
for sure.
absolutely. Have you ever been to Hawaii?
Nope, never. You?
Beautiful place. Once went on a family vacation years ago. When I was a boy.
Yeah, I got the best I got was Epcot at Disney, so
yeah.
a little bit different.
Nice. Anyways, so Freaky Friday. Bet everybody's wondering what that's about. So we are taking the places of our significant others here today, which is why Courts Crush is taking place for Courtney. And I'm obviously here for Ash. And Court's gone. Court's in Hawaii, living her best life, and then she's hopping on a plane either tonight or tomorrow night and heading on over to Paris.
Yeah, tonight looks like 24-hour flight, something ridiculous like that. So I think she lands in San Fran tomorrow morning. It's like an 8-hour layover, which is awful.
Yeah.
And then from there, takes a red-eye out to Paris, where she'll find little old me waiting for her. So
a stunning, dashing young man waiting for her in the airport.
Allegedly. Allegedly. No, I'm landing there tomorrow, so I head out tonight as well. So I'll get a full 24 hours without her, which will be nice to just kind of
explore the city.
Yeah. And,
have you been to Paris before?
I have. Paris is legitimately my favorite city. I absolutely love that place. I am
excellent.
The biggest sap for Paris ever.
Really?
It's ridiculous. It's just I have a massive painting of it in my apartment for no apparent reason besides that I love the place. So it'll be good to explore it with her, especially, new little romance going on.
Yeah,
so it'll be nice to kind of be in the city of love.
Something straight out of a movie, if you ask me.
I hope so. I love chick flicks.
Yeah. Okay. Are you staying in a part of Paris that you're familiar with? Like, you're able to entertain yourself for those 24 hours at least?
Yeah, I think I'm staying right in kind of like the heart of the city.
Oh, right.
I don't really know it too well. I think I'm staying in Marais, I think it's called. My accent's
I would
probably
not know.
atrocious.
Yeah.
It's so bad. But no, it'll be fun. And then it'll be our first time seeing each other in, I think, 2 weeks now? So,
oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a reunion.
I know, right?
Best reunion you could possibly have. You're setting the bar pretty high for yourself early on in this relationship.
Don't remind me, all right? It's been a roller coaster, but then again, with her traveling a bunch, I feel like that's kind of, how it's been. It's always been like those big reunions, and you always want to make it special. And but no, it's been good. No complaints.
Nice.
What about you? How's your the start of your summer going?
Summer's going well for me. I'm currently seeking new jobs. I'm trying to leave my current job, find a new one. And then other than that, it's been really relaxed. I golf a lot, big golfer, so I've been playing a lot. I'm in pure form right now, not to brag, but just shot below 80 twice the last 2 times I was out. So all you golfers out there, all these women who listen to this podcast, if you know anything about that, you'll be impressed.
As one who also dabbles in golf, I can tell you I've never shot below 80 in my entire life.
Yeah.
So Joe's good.
Yeah.
Joe's definitely good. It's funny. I'm actually looking for new employment myself. I'm quitting my job the day I return from vacation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're taking your 2 weeks of it or whatever your full paid time off is. As soon as you come back.
Yep, pretty much.
Nice.
So I think we get back on the 3rd of July. The 4th, we'll have a nice little holiday, and then I'm literally quitting the 5th.
Wow.
Just calling my boss in the morning and saying, thanks, but I'm not coming in anymore.
You got something else lined up?
Yeah, going
Okay.
over to another bank. So
All right.
sticking with the banking.
Nice
I'm
little pay
heartless.
bump in there for you?
Actually, a little bit of a decrease out the gate.
Oh,
So we'll
my
see.
goodness.
Um,
In these hard times?
yeah. So, well,
With inflation skyrocketing?
in my defense, when I signed the offer to get the new job, I didn't know that my boss was going to quit a week later. So
Like the new boss you're going to
no,
have?
my old boss quit.
At your current company?
Yep, quit
okay.
a week later
Wow.
after I signed on to a new place without obviously telling my job yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided to give me his job.
Okay.
So then they gave me a bump as well at the time.
All right, there you go.
But it's just more long-term, better situation at the next place.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
But taking a little bit of a decrease out the gate, but worth it.
Yeah.
So
No, I get that. Oh, yes. Thank you, Ashley, for reminding me. So, Ashley and I are moving in together.
I heard.
In
Congratulations.
September, and we actually just signed our lease for our new apartment
Good for you.
in the South End, which is huge, very exciting.
Very close to the court, I hear.
Not too far away, yeah, just a few blocks down that same road. I think she's right off Avenue. Is a long avenue. It's a pretty big street. You can bleep that out if you
Joe,
want to.
just the double down. I love it.
Yeah. Well, who on earth is gonna come after you?
I don't know. I feel like they're borderline celebrities at this point.
Oh, that's true. That's true. They've gotten a lot of sponsorships. That's not rude. You just had your Wicked episode. You're making moves. You're getting brand deals. Ashley's a viral superstar these days. In case
I've
you didn't
seen
know,
Barstool and everything.
Barstool, her TikTok's exploding. Ash, what's your TikTok name? It's Ashley Paul. Everybody go give it a follow. I actually posted this video where it makes me look awful, basically telling her that I think she's unattractive.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Not great.
so I guess there's this trend where you give a number of a person on a scale of 1 to 10, and then you give another description about the person, and if based on that description, if that their rating goes up or down. And she said if the girl is a 9 and she's blonde, and I just said 10. It's the new rating.
Yeah. Tough go, Joe.
Because,
That's a tough go, amigo.
I mean, just in society in general, I think blondes are in the society's image supposed to be more attractive.
Just stop while
And I was
you're
like,
at it.
The internet.
You're
the
digging
internet,
a hole.
I said no. The internet's gonna love this.
You're digging a hole.
I'm giving the people what they want, and it turned out to be a very controversial video.
10 out of 10 would not recommend.
A lot of bad comments.
Yeah,
in
no,
the
I'm not
comment
surprised.
section.
Yeah, no, it's a tough go.
But it did what it needed to do. Went viral again.
Got you in the doghouse.
You're welcome. And yeah, we're gonna be famous and rich, and I'll be a stay-at-home husband anytime now.
Keep
Because
it
hot
up.
takes. Because hot takes coming in alleyways.
Keep it up, and I see a prenup and divorce in your future, Joe.
Maybe I'll learn from my mistakes.
Yeah, wait, so how is it dating a podcaster and on the verge of viral sensation Ashley Paul?
Well, it's exciting. It keeps me on my toes. That's for sure. It's been a ride. I mean, I've been here since the beginning of the podcast, which is incredible. I mean, I'm very proud of Ashley and Court for just taking the step and kind of doing this and putting themselves out there and creating the podcast to begin with, because that's something I could never do. It's inspired me to go outside of, like, not my comfort zone, but just seek other avenues of either, hobbies or income streams or anything like that. Just kind of get out of the normal everyday rat race of the 9-to-5 job. So very proud of them for doing this, and it's just kind of cool to see them grow it and see their early success for, I think it's successful, at least for as it is right now, and I can't wait to see where it goes from here.
No, I agree. It's been impressive and just kind of a fun ride for sure.
Definitely.
As someone who's entered into the life of dating a podcaster somewhat early on, it's been interesting to say the least. It's fun seeing kind of her reactions to whether it's our early dates or just like our general interactions, or after I listened to the red flags episode after our first date, I legitimately picked out like 6 red flags that I had done on our first date.
Definitely.
So the fact that there was a second date is absolutely mind-blowing, if we're being honest. But it's fun to see, and just, definitely some parts that I haven't loved so much.
Yeah.
More so kind of with us, being relatively new. It's been, 4 or 5 months since we've been dating at this point. So I feel like you don't typically learn too much about someone's past within those first, 4 or 5 months, just kind of in like that honeymoon phase.
Right.
Whereas with this, kind of hearing some of her, past / stories through the podcast, it's been interesting. And, luckily for me, Court and I have a great relationship, and she's very, very honest with me. So she gave me a little bit of glimpses in advance, being like, there might be certain parts of this episode that you're not going to love.
Yeah.
So like, if you don't want to listen, that's fine, which made me want to listen even more.
Of course, yeah, always would.
I'm the glutton for punishment. But no, it's been interesting, and it's good kind of just like seeing how she reacts to certain things I do from her eyes, and either makes me want to, continue to do them, or maybe, reel those in a little bit. But it's been fun. It's been a fun ride, and I couldn't agree with you more. Just so proud of them, the success that they've had, the fact that they legitimately have followers that listen from all over the world.
Right, yeah. It's cool to see those like demographics coming in.
It really is, and just like the data that the apps produce for them, and that they can really kind of drill into it, and they love it. And it's nice to see, because I think kind of the older you get, the more important hobbies are. So I feel like, as you're younger, you're just thrown into so many things and you have so much going on. But kind of as you get older, especially when you're dating someone, it's nice when you both have something that you're really passionate about, kind of separate from each other. Or at least in my opinion, I feel that way.
I totally agree with hobbies are super important, especially as you get older and just get sucked into like the 9 to 5 like scene. Like you wake up, you go to work. After work, you either go to the gym or whatever, and then you eat dinner and then fall asleep and repeat the process over and over again.
Yeah.
Just drives you insane after a while.
I agree. As Court would say, the same forking stuff every day.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of hobbies, what are some of your favorite hobbies? We talked about golf briefly, but anything else?
Yeah, golf I wouldn't really call a hobby.
Okay.
It's more just something that drives me absolutely insane.
Okay.
But no, I'd say my biggest hobby is rugby. So I kind of been playing it for a long time at this point. Played all through high school, college, and still attempt to play. I think I'm getting older at this point, so the body doesn't hold up like it used to. It's shocking how quickly like you go from being in what you consider like peak form to just why do I hurt everywhere?
Right.
So I'm starting to try to pick up on something a little bit different and segue a little bit away from that. Sports will always be a big part of my life. So
right.
I love them. So the other one has been getting into photography. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, extremely amateur.
It's okay. Gotta start somewhere.
I guess so. But no, just kind of like to just take pictures of things that I like, and I have a corny approach, but a kind of romanticized view on the world, or at least I think I do. So it's nice to kind of, dive into a little bit of that side of my life, which I don't think I embraced as much kind of growing up, because I feel like as you would know, young boys play sports, kind of,
right.
You're supposed to kind of operate a certain way.
Right.
So being into like art and photography, not so much in the same kind of realm as, being big into sports, and kind of I have 3 older brothers, so sports is always kind of a big part of my family. So trying to, same thing, just like branch out, try something new. Just I think the older you get, the more you realize that if you like something, just do it.
Follow
like,
it,
yeah. Who cares what people are gonna think?
Definitely.
Or what about you? What are some hobbies you got, Joe, besides golf and being really good at it?
I wouldn't say I'm really good at it. There's tons of people much better than me.
I can promise that tons of people much worse as well.
That's true. That is true. I'll accept that one. Yeah, honestly, I don't have too many hobbies. I mean, golf's a big part. I mean, obviously that's season pending. It's got to happen in the summer, and if the fall's still warm. But other than that, I mean, mostly sports guys. So I joined. I do like beach volleyball in like the I don't know, like the Volo League here in Boston. I do that, and then like softball leagues and stuff too in like the fall with my brother and some friends. Outside of sports, my girlfriend, of course. I do everything together.
Good answer, Joe. See, look at you. We're getting back in the good graces.
Learning, improving. I don't really have of too many hobbies.
With golf, have you been tracking the U.S. Open?
I have, yeah. I've been watching that all weekend. It's actually going on right now, and all the final group probably just teed off a couple hours ago. That's been going well. It's always fun to watch. Sticking on the sports thing, Celtics just played in the finals. They lost. That sucks, but it's not heartbreaking for me. I'm from New York, so I'm not a big Celtics or Boston fan at all, but it's always fun when
you can go home.
Yeah.
You can leave.
Yeah. Yankees are the best team in baseball, but Again, enough sports. I'm
Oh,
sorry
here
for
we
the.
go.
I apologize to the audience for all the sports talk because I'm
For
sure
all-
this is not what you guys want to listen to.
For all the listeners, as I take a drink of my alcoholic beverage because I can't stand to be next to Joe right now, talking about the Yankees who are killing the Sox,
Crushing.
and the
Crushing
Celtics who just lost. So great, good
Anyways,
times.
Outside of that, I mean, Ashley and I we bought a hammock where we love to set up the hammock in the Esplanade over there in Back Bay, crack open a good book, or we try to find good books anyways. Mostly it's from Ashley's friend group, a recommendation she's heard of. So I just kind of accept the fact. They're okay. They're not bad.
Yeah.
They're entertaining. Some here, some aren't.
Some Jodi Picoult in there. Is that her name?
I have no idea. To be honest, I don't know any of the authors that we've read.
Wait, now, Joe, have you still been reading to her?
Oh, yeah. Ashley prefers to just fall asleep while I read. And then she'll pop her head open every now and then, or eyes open, not her head. And then, let me know that she's still there and she's still listening. But for the most part, we still read together. Sometimes she'll reverse it. And if I'm driving, we'll drive long distances. If we're going up to New Hampshire or something, she'll read. But yeah, it's
Nice, very cute.
some little cute activity.
Any
we like to do it together.
any New Hampshire trips planned for the summer? You guys gonna do some lake weekends? What you got
Definitely.
going on?
Yeah, we'll go probably next time we're up there. It'll probably be the 4th. We got to get you and Court up there.
So I'm told.
Yeah.
I think she has it on the calendar. Some
We got a
date.
calendar date set.
Allegedly, I don't know.
That's okay. I just follow whatever they tell me to.
just do what I'm told. Keeps
Yeah.
me out of trouble.
Exactly.
Just
She's got the calendar app. What's your organization app called? Notion. The organizer for your organizer. That's what I was told it was.
look at that plug right there.
Yeah.
Would you say it was Notion or Notion? You should sponsor the podcast. Joe's giving you plugs left and right.
Yeah, Notion. Follow the You Can Do Both podcasts. Give us free things.
Meanwhile, I got a calendar invite or a Google Calendar invite
wow.
from Courtney for things we are doing together this summer. So that's where I'm at.
I love that.
And it's already filled with her wonderful trips where she's already planning to leave me again, as usual.
You could just start tagging along to those trips if you wanted to.
Why do you think I'm going to
you're
Paris?
you're quitting your job. Might as well just hang on and book some more trips. Don't even tell her about it. Wherever she's going, just book the flight after it and just show up right after.
I think I have to. I don't start work till August, so I'm literally off
There
from
you
now
go.
until
Yeah,
August.
the
So
whole summer ahead of you.
I guess so. That's why I'm going to Paris.
Yeah. How long are you guys there for?
About 2 weeks all in. So we're
Wow.
gonna do the first week we'll be in Paris, and then we're gonna do a few days in Bordeaux. So we'll take the train down, head to wine country. From there, Court apparently missed the beach already, and she's granted is still there, but wanted to do a beach weekend.
Like in the south of France or whatever?
We're gonna head down to actually Algarve in Portugal.
Oh.
So yeah, it's a little
Okay.
bit different.
Wow.
Yeah, a little adventurous. So we'll do that, and then head back up to Lisbon. Have some good food. We'll head back, and then we'll get home on the 3rd.
Wow. Amazing.
So yeah, I have to be Court's tour guide, even though she's the Portuguese one. I'm the only one that speaks it. So apparently,
You speak Portuguese?
I do.
Wow.
I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fun facts. We're just learning
Yeah.
left
Fun
and
fact.
right. You wanna give us a little Portuguese?
No chance. There's zero chance.
Why?
Because I'm entirely embarrassed as it is.
What? That's amazing. I'd flaunt that all over if I could. I try to speak Spanish any chance I get. I'm awful at it. I know about 6 words, but I will always try. I love it. My not dry cleaners, the laundromat I go to drop my laundry off, they do not speak English very well. So I try my best to give any type of Spanish I can. Mostly it's just hand signals, but I try. Is the point. So
Hey,
don't
A
be
for
shy.
effort.
Don't be shy. Give us something here.
See, I try, but my dad, so my dad's full-blown Brazilian, speaks
Okay.
it fluently, and he says that I can't speak a word of it,
Oh.
which is entirely untrue. But he said the only thing I'm good for is not getting lost or going hungry. That's literally what he says to me.
Loving
Just like,
words from your father on Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, Dad. Speak of that, I should probably give him a call. That's maybe that's why I'm not the favorite anymore.
Well, he's got 3 others to worry about, right?
So I used to be the favorite, but I don't think I'm there
Way back
anymore.
when?
Yeah, I don't think I'm there anymore.
It's okay. I never was. It's always been my older brother because he's a smart one. I'm not.
I don't know, Joe.
I was the dumb one that always got in trouble. And
I don't know. After manifesting your promotion that I heard in one of the episodes way back when, seems like you're a smart guy.
I don't know if I manifested that. I'll give that up to Ash for manifesting that for me. It just happened. It was honestly hilarious when I got that call from my boss giving me that promotion and then him just leaving 3 days later.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wait, so then I have to ask, because Court has asked me probably 37 times in the 5 months we've been dating, do you believe in manifestations?
Not really.
Oh, Jesus, Joe.
No, not really. Do you? So they don't want my honest answer.
No.
They want me to lie and fake it and not be myself. You're welcome, listeners. That's how much you mean to these girls. A false bravado. I don't even know if that's the right word. I think it's bravado.
Persona?
No, false
Bravado?
bravado.
Bravado is when you're like...
False bravado? That's a thing.
Bravado? Isn't that when you're like too like macho? You're putting on like a false...
Yeah,
bravado.
Do you have an Alexa that's Ask Alexa? No?
Don't get me started with Alexa.
Do you have one?
The number of stories... Yes, I do, in the bedroom. And the number of stories that have come out of that. Court usually will wake me up every morning to Justin Bieber from Alexa.
Okay.
So she'll just like set alarms via Alexa when I'm not in the room. So that when it goes off in the morning, it's just Justin Bieber as opposed to just normal alarm sound.
Okay.
So that's...
I would have taken a Justin Bieber alarm instead of Ashley's 6, 7 different alarms. She's got them all different times, usually 5 minutes apart. She doesn't know what a snooze button is, so she just sets a million alarms. They're all different sounds at different volumes. Drives me nuts. They are. No, don't even try to hide it. They're literally there's 3 or 4 different sounds that she uses for alarms, and they're all just either different volumes. Like I don't know how it. Like when she turns off the first one, she must hit the volume button because the next one's always louder, and the third one's quieter. And it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, sorry, we're not allowed to swear on this podcast.
Fork. What the fork, Joe?
Forking.
I want to give her shit, but I'm 1,000% in that same camp.
Are you a multi alarm guy?
Oh my god! Every 7 minutes, it's just ridiculous.
I give myself 2 alarms. That's really it. I don't even use the second alarm most of the time. It's like the first alarm goes off, I just press the snooze button, which is I think on iPhones it's like 9 minutes. That's
Probably.
it. And then the snooze button happens, and then I'm up. That's all I need.
Now, is she a jolly person in the morning, or is she grumpy?
Oh no, she's jolly. Once she's up, and it's fine. It's just getting her out of bed is the struggle.
What's it like dating someone like that? I'd love to know. Court, mostly is happy in the morning, but not always. I must say, not always.
Is she like the type of person that needs her coffee first before you talk to her?
She needs her coffee in like 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then you can actually talk to her.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm just like annoyingly happy in the morning, which is, I get it. I'm not the norm. It's wild. Some would say psychotic.
No.
But she's like, there have been more times when she's like, just please give me like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
For the love of God, like 10 minutes. So I get it.
Yeah. We're morning people, I'd say. We go to the gym early in the morning. The classes are like 6:30. We'll usually leave around 6. The alarms start going off around 5:40, 5:30, 5:40, 5:45, 5:55, 6, 6:05.
Joe, I'm going to set you up some brownie points. But isn't it well worth it to have her there?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Good answer. Good answer.
Because the alarms, the last couple of alarms are strictly just for snuggle time. So those last few minutes after the first 3 are there to just like wake us up. I'm like, okay, like now we realize we're gonna have to get up soon. The last 2 are just like, okay, we just need to snuggle before we get out of bed. And it's like, okay.
Now I see why Court and Ash are best friends, because I too
have a designated snuggle time.
Yes. Yes. Also, I'm forced to sleep a certain way every night.
Are you?
That is very comfortable for Court. And don't get me wrong, I love it myself. She's like a goddamn koala. It's wild.
Oh,
it's wild.
No, I can't. I sleeping. That's me time.
See, I'm the opposite. Court gets mad at me because I fall asleep too early.
Oh, really?
And what I'll actually have to start doing now is, her big thing is saying goodnight before we go to bed, which I get it.
Of course.
But for me, being borderline narcoleptic, probably takes me like 2 minutes, if that, to fall asleep.
Okay.
So like I need to now start saying goodnight as soon as we like get into bed. So that way, because usually we'll start talking, honest to God, like 2 or 3 minutes later I'll fall asleep, and then like I'll kind of like wake up a little bit, and she's like, "You didn't hear a single word I just said." I'm just like, "No, honey, I'm sorry. I did not. I'm sorry."
What's next? All right, so we're being instructed by Ash to jump to the next segment here. So, the get to know each other, or get to know us segment. Excuse me. So we're gonna bring it back to that manifestation question.
Also, Manifest Destiny works too. Lewis and Clark, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's exactly where I was going with that. Lewis and Clark.
I don't even know if that's true.
Anyways, you asked if I believe in manifestation, and I'm gonna return that question to you. What are your thoughts there?
For the sake of not getting myself in trouble, because I was already prepped for this,
Can't be afraid.
the answer was yes. There is no other answer.
No, you can't be afraid to be yourself, man.
No, I will say that I do. I don't know if I initially knew it as manifestation before I met Court, or really had kind of the label to it, but I'm a big fan of, like, you know, positive intent and assuming the best, and assuming like the best is always going to work out. And for me, if there was something kind of I wanted, I always, you know, went for it, and more times than not, it worked out. So I don't know if that's, you know, more of a product of kind of me just not giving up or keep pushing until it kind of I got there, or being rewarded in a sense of kind of manifesting that for myself, and some, you know, putting positive energy and positive vibes out there, and then eventually kind of having the universe reward me a little bit. So yeah, I'd say yes, I do. I don't think as much as my darling girlfriend, but in her defense, she has manifested some amazing things in her life. So I think it'd be tough to say, you know, to look at that objectively and be like, you know, they don't exist. So I'd have to say yes.
Yeah. So that's a good answer. I feel like I don't necessarily believe in it. I think mostly because I've never thought that way. Like, I've never even heard the term manifestation until dating Ashley. But so, like, just throughout my life, I've never really thought about any of that, or like really, I'm not the most, I guess I wasn't, still kind of am, not the most positive person. I didn't look at life like, you know, the most positive way. I mostly believe in, like, I don't know, luck for the most part. I think I'm a pretty lucky person. There's a lot of instances in my life where, like, luck has come into play. So I think it's just like, oh, you know, I'm expecting the worst out of a lot of situations. Like, oh, I'm not going to get the promotion. Oh, I'm not going to do this. Like, this isn't going to happen. Like, no way. And then, like, all of a sudden something happens, and it's like good for me. And I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm just, you know, a stroke of luck or something like that. So that's kind of where I come in. But
I think it's just the same thing, just another term.
I
At
guess.
the end of the day, you know, the essence is the same exact. It's just same thing. I mostly would have called it luck too. So.
A big theme is like the let it all work out, or like it's all gonna work out type of thing. And that's just me living my life, and like, oh, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, okay. So it's just kind of like, you know, it's all gonna work itself out. Everything's gonna be fine at the end of the day, because it always has been, like, at least throughout my life.
So would we say that that's Joe's mantra? It's all gonna work out.
Pretty much.
I like that. I like that.
Do you have a mantra of your own?
I do. Probably a little cocky, but mine would be fortune favors the bold.
Okay.
I just think that kind of in the essence of manifestations, but the people that kind of put themselves out there a bit are rewarded more times than not. So, you know, the more times you just kind of go forward and, you know, don't have a backup plan or a plan B, you know, more times than not, plan A works out. So
I like
fortune
that.
favors the bold is mine.
I like that a lot.
I appreciate that.
That's a good one. Rapid fire. What is a red flag?
Ooh, for me, it drives me absolutely nuts is people that are rude to servers or people in the service industry.
Yeah, that's a
that
major
is a hard red flag for me. You know,
definitely.
I know.
It's like, what type of people do that? Like, who are you? Who are you to be so rude to this person working for, you know, minimum wage and tips?
It's just,
you know?
it's mind blowing. And even though I've never dated anyone before I met Court, obviously Court was the first girl I've ever dated in my life.
Really? Wow.
No,
okay.
not actually true.
Oh, okay. All right.
But we'll let Court think that forever and
Right.
ever. But yeah, no, I remember when I was living in New York, I was on a date with a girl, and we had like 3 or 4 dates before this. But we're at dinner, and she started snapping at the waiter, and I legitimately closed the tab, and I'm like, I'm done.
Wow.
I'm not.
Shut it
She
down
literally
right
just
then
like
and there?
sitting there snapping her fingers at the waiter. I'm like, this is mind blowing.
Oh.
And there was zero like thought through her mind that wasn't okay.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm not.
No, not the type of person.
No, yeah, that's just that's huge. Just I don't know if it's more of a deal breaker or a red flag, but yeah, definitely a red flag for me. What about you?
I think probably my biggest red flag is just like the lack. If somebody just has zero ambition, like they're just completely happy being like very complacent in life, and like they have no aspirations or no like willingness or drive to like change or like become better either themselves or like they're looking for more, essentially, whether that be like more, you know, a better job either to make more money or just a better job to climb the ladder of success at like, you know, in the corporate world or whatever it may be. It's just, if there's no like drive inside of you to be like, I'm going to become like better, like I'm going to level up, like, right, there's levels to this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
like you always have to drive for that next level. Like I'm going to become better, like I'm going to become more successful here in any aspect of your life, whether it's personal or financial or professional.
Could not agree more. That's you know, you always gotta try to strive to be a better version of yourself, right?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Moving over to X. Don't really like this one.
No icks, Joe?
I don't know. I have like the X to me is like, I think it's like nitpicking on people's like personalities. I don't really have like specific icks about people. I think it's just, I don't know. I guess I just can't think of maybe it's just me being lazy and not thinking of specific things, but it's just if I'm out with a person or you know, and they're just not my type of person. They're just doing something or they're acting some way. If they're, I don't know, it just kind of throws me off. I'm just like, yeah, okay, you're somebody, but you're just not my person.
Yeah, like you know, you're great, but I just don't want to be around you.
Yeah, it's like, okay, like that's just the type of person you are. That's fine. Like there's, you know, that's just not my type of person to be with. That's a very general and boring answer, so I apologize.
No, I like it. I think yours is more of like a general ick feeling, not so much as like a one specific thing, but more of kind of like an aura you get from someone, like a ick aura. You're like, I'm all set.
I think exactly, and I think like as you go through life and like get older, like you're just way more aware of like the type of people like you like and you're gonna be around, and like the type of people, like if you know we're out one night and we're with a big group of people and I'm meeting a bunch of these new people that night, like I can tell within those couple of hours meeting those people, like, okay, you know what, I'm probably never gonna hang out with you again. Like you're just not my cup of tea. Yeah. You know, so that's kind of my thing. Definitely a general like umbrella of personality, I guess. If you want specifics, I would say the only thing is just loud, obnoxious people, like in public and group settings, going out. No, just the shouting, the obnoxiousness. Just I can't deal with it. That's about it.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And your ex, Quartz Crush.
My ick is a little stupid, and I don't know why, but it drives me absolutely nuts. Is when someone shares a post to their story, which originally I had said I thought was a screenshot, but apparently it's a share. That shows you know, how great I am with social media.
Terrible at social media.
I'm awful at it. But yeah, when someone shares a post to their story and then has like covers half of it and puts like a new post.
That like sticker thing. Yeah.
I hate it. I'm literally speechless in this moment at how much I hate it. It drives me absolutely nuts, and for no reason. Like there's no actual like reason behind it, but it just gives me like goosebumps. I'm just like, ugh.
Why? Is it because it's just like the type of person? It's like like who's like the
I don't know if it's more just like because I also partially like hate social media a little bit, so just absolutely. Like that aspect of it. But I just feel like. Just like begging for the attention. Like if someone wanted to see your post, they just would have went to your page.
Right. You have to try to draw more attention to just your post.
And then like I feel bad because I also get like, you know, the sense of, you know, trying to build your following and the content that people are looking for. And like, I get that. Just for me, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, there's no logic to it. Just apparently that's for me. That's my ick.
Fair enough. Dating apps, yay or nay?
As I sigh very loudly. I'm going to go yay.
Yeah.
Especially how me and Court kind of met each other on a dating app, or at least I saw her on it and didn't want to wait for the app to eventually match us, which clearly it would have, let's be honest.
Absolutely. Why would it not?
Of course, you know, of course. So I have to say yay. You know, I think if there's people are looking for the right things and they're using it for those purposes, great. Or if you're looking for something else, great as well. Just I think, you know, the biggest thing with dating apps, just be authentic, be honest.
Definitely.
Because if you're just looking to have some fun, there's plenty of women and men out there that are just looking to have some fun. But like, don't mess with the people that aren't just looking to have some fun.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I'd also vote yeah on dating apps because that's how I met Ash, and that's led to the best and happiest relationship I've ever had. So that's a huge positive there. But I definitely agree. I mean, just be honest with I guess like your intentions and what you're looking to do. Because I mean nowadays, like who isn't on dating apps? Everybody is for the most part. And I'm not saying you can't obviously form or meet genuinely meet people out at bars or whatever in public. Obviously that's a good and probably a better thing to do. But dating apps, I don't have any issues with.
My biggest word of advice for men and women that are listening is use it as a way to get to the first date. Don't be pen pals. No one wants a pen pal.
Right.
Like, we all had them in elementary school. We don't need that anymore. Like, use it as a way to get to the first date,
Definitely.
meet in person, and then you figure out if, you vibe with the person or not. But that's when I think that they're really beneficial. But, like, if you're talking to someone for, like, 2-3 weeks on the app and...
Right, just going back and forth with texting or whatever it is.
Someone's got to, pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And for girls, too, put yourselves out there. Ask them out. It's 2022.
Absolutely.
Don't wait for guys. Let's be honest. Guys aren't the smartest people in the world.
Definitely not. Absolutely not.
As Joe and I look at each other right now, it's like, yeah, we're dumb. We're so dumb.
And we are going to wrap this up with a focus of the week. Quartz Crush. What's your focus of the week?
My focus of the week is definitely Court. All in. I can't wait to see her. It's been too long.
Yeah.
I must say I miss her to pieces. So it is to
Adorable.
Drink a lot of wine, eat a lot of bread and cheese, and just hang with my girl. That's all I'm looking forward to be honest.
You guys are going to have an amazing trip. Very jealous.
What about you? What's your focus of the week?
Well, it's not as exciting as traveling over to Paris. I don't really know if I have a focus of the week. Mine's going to be, honestly, I got to focus up for my interviews coming up with my new jobs. And we're also trying to find a new book. So any book recommendations out there, anybody, listeners, Quartz Crush, anything you got?
More than welcome to hit the bookshelf as well.
Appreciate it.
But
I
don't know
go to
if
this cute little bookstore, Trident Booksellers on
Love
Newberry. Trident, plug me up.
Yeah, love Trident. Great place.
Great
little
place.
Bookstore.
Great place.
Great breakfast.
I haven't eaten there yet. I want to go grab like a coffee and sit outside one of these mornings. I haven't done that yet. I should before I move out of Back Bay, but eventually I'll get there.
It's a good little spot.
All right, I think that about does it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it was always a pleasure getting to know you, and Joe, getting to know you a bit more as well.
You as well.
And thankfully for all you listeners, you'll be back to Ash and Court.
Yes.
Won't be stuck with Joe and I.
Yeah, apologies if you guys just dragged through this episode with us, but we did our best. Please don't hate us, me specifically. I don't know. I might have gotten a bad rap with the whole video, that viral video going out. So I don't know. I'm a good person, I promise. Anyways, Thanks for listening.
Thanks. See you guys next week. And for those clamoring for a little bit of Portuguese, boa noite. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.